Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of BSing Sports here on the BSing Network, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. With me, as always, is Ryan. Ryan, how
So,
you doing, Ryan?
fantastic. Now the baseball season's back.
Right? Yeah, super excited that baseball season is back. And fortunately for me and you, with baseball season coming back, we also have this wonderful thing that we love to do. We did a couple of segments of it last year while we were sitting in my kitchen together, but we're going to do it, opposite. We've made new rules and new parameters for this lovely thing that we like to do. It's called the Immaculate Grid. The new rules and parameters are as such. Ryan and I cannot use the same player on the entire grid.
In any square. So if Bill claims a player, I can't use him in any square, even if it fills out another square.
Correct. And we try to see who gets the lower score. Now, we did this. It's funny that we literally were sitting at the bar the other day, and we're like, you know what? Let's run some old Immaculate Grids, because now they let you go back and run previous grids. And we did like 19 or 20 of them, and we're pretty evenly matched on these. Ryan's a little bit better than I am. I'll openly admit that. And his scores are always better than mine.
No, there's a couple that you got me on, but
that's true.
The one we had yesterday was really close. So the rarity score portion of it depends on the percentage of how often the player you picked in that square is selected. So the lower the rarity score, the better it looks. And Bill was 9 points behind me yesterday. Gucci's popping up in the comments pretty early. Astros 2025 world champs. Not unless you get them some new trash cans there, buddy.
Yeah. They're looking a little rough against those Yankees there, Gucci, just so you know. But yes, because I lost yesterday to Ryan, I get the first pick in today's grid. That's the way we've been doing it. Whoever has the lower score gets the first pick in the next grid.
We never established that, but I'll allow it.
Yeah, whatever. So we are going to start. We're going to go back and forth between my grid, which will be the dark one, his grid, which will be the light one. And I'm going to pick the bottom left grid here, 2,000 plus hits in a career and only one team. And I hope I'm right with this. I am going to go Tony Gwynn, and I hope I'm right.
Senior, obviously. Bang.
Yeah, boom. 8%. Listen, that's a great pull from the start of the rip. So Ryan is up now.
I've got one too.
Ooh.
Oh, spelled it wrong, but I'm going Carl Yaz. Played all 23 seasons with the Red Sox.
What's that percentage? I can't read it.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, so Carl Yaz spent all 23 seasons with the Red Sox. Fills out pretty much every square on every grid, unless it's multiple teams. So the grid like this is perfect for him.
I would agree with that, yeah. Oh, also, while we're thinking about it and we're literally showing it on the screen, we want to tell you, thank you for our friends over at Immaculate Grid for putting this together so that we can utilize it as content on our show.
Baseball Reference. Yeah, they got bought out by Baseball Reference. Immaculate Grid, for those of you that don't know, they have men's basketball, women's basketball, football, hockey, soccer. They have a ton of sports that you can do. It did start out just as baseball, and it was its own separate thing for a while, but now it's integrated with Baseball Reference, and it's an awesome mind exercise, in my opinion.
All right, so 2,000 plus career hits plus 200 hits in a season.
I've got my next pull, by the way.
Okay, that's fantastic. 2,000 plus career hits, career and 200 hit season. I'm going to go Ichiro, right?
That's might not get good rarity, but that's a secured bag for sure.
15%, which is actually better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like around 30%. So 15% on Ichiro.
I think there's been so many people to do it. Like 15% for that square I don't think that's a good pull. But I mean, sometimes you got to take your guarantees, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to beat you.
30 home runs in a season, only one team. I'm going to pull Harmon Killebrew for the Minnesota Twins. He did not play for just the Twins. Ooh, that's a rough one. Big loss.
Okay, I'm going to go the same block, and I'm going to go Ryan Howard because he never played professional ball for another team. 1%. 1%.
Pull.
Man, I didn't think it was going to be that low. I thought it was going to be a little higher than that.
All right, so I got to get back on it. Also, if you could, no suggestions in the comments, please, until after we've filled in that square or used that player.
Thank you, Gucci. I appreciate that.
All right, I'm down one already, so this isn't good. 30 home runs, 200 hits in a season. I got to I got to take Pujols here. I got to get back on the board here. 6%. That's not bad. Probably not great, but.
Okay. Played outfield with 200 hits in a season. No, I'm going to go rookie of the year. Man, shit, I should have gone Ryan Howard on that one. Rookie of the year, 30-plus home runs. Ooh, that one's going to be tough for me. All right. Only one team, played outfield. Woo. See, you're going to catch up on me on this one. I'm looking at these squares thinking to myself,
so for reference, Rookie of the Year award began in 1947.
Okay. Trying to think. 200 hits, 30 home runs in a season batting. You know what? I'm going to go Michael Jack.
Okay, for 30 home runs and 200 hits.
200 hits. Oh, we didn't get 200 hits. Shit.
Oh.
All right. Tag, you're it.
There we go. All right, I'm back in the game, baby. I gotta take advantage of this. All right. So I can't use Gwynn, can't use Ichiro. Got 200 hits and 2,000 career hits. So many names racking through my brain. I got to get rarity here. Outfield, one game and only one team.
Oh, shit. I have somebody for that exact square.
Outfield, one game. All right, I'm going to go for another deadly pull here. Bang.
Oh, Votto is good. Also 1%. Look at you.
Joey Votto. He hasn't played with the Jays yet, so I'm still good.
That's correct. So I'm going to round this one out with another Philly. You're going to laugh at me. Odubel Herrera. 0.1%. 0.1%. I was thinking about. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Go ahead. You do you.
That is gonna be a tough one to beat there. Man, this is gonna be close, especially because we both already missed one.
Yeah, Gucci. Thank you. Sheesh. I love it. Woo. We got Ryan Braun for. Oh shit!
Bang. Ryan Braun, Rookie of the Year, played outfield, one game, 0.7%. Bang.
Okay.
34 home runs, 97 RBIs as a rookie. He split time between third base and left field.
You maybe should have gone there for the 30-plus home runs, but that's cool. Shit. I'm trying to think. No. Well, yeah. No. Christian Yelich won Rookie of the Year, didn't he?
This is competition, man. I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh.
One more miss could cost you big time.
I know. I got a different one. Aaron Judge.
That's safe. Yep. Probably should have used him for 30 home runs, but
yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, 5% on Aaron Judge.
I think that's the harder one. I could name 1,000 people that have played outfield for one game in their career.
Thank you to all of people watching right now, all of our viewers. We appreciate y'all. Anybody who comes back and watches it later, we appreciate you guys as well. Please do not forget to go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. And yeah, hope you enjoy the content.
What square am I going? Let's see. We got Rookie of the Year, 2,000 career hits. I would love to use the player Timmy said, but since he gave it away,
Thank you, Gucci.
300, huge underdog, and you're taking him? That's disrespectful.
I'll take it. Any win I can get, I'll take. You are not wrong, though, Gucci. Ryan is, in fact, a walking encyclopedia of sports knowledge. So, which is why every time I get close to him, I'm like, yeah, great, dude. Great job, Bill.
30 home runs, rookie of the year. Come on, baby. Bang. Cody Bellinger, 3%. Rookie of the year, 30 home run season. No, I'm just busting your balls, Tim. It's all good. Appreciate it, though. We didn't establish that beforehand. It's my fault.
Did you look it up, Tim? Don't go giving it away now.
Well, we need you to whiff on that square a couple times. No big deal.
I don't want to whiff on that square. Let's see. 2000 career hits and rookie of the year.
Here, let's pull up your grid.
Oh yeah, thanks.
That'll do. That whole bottom row right there. Those are good pulls.
Yeah, even Judge with 5% is solid. What was yours over there? 8%.
0.7 for Ryan Braun.
Scratch that, yeah.
Well, that makes up for the fact that at least a little bit that Herrera is sitting at 0.1. Man, that's such a good pull.
Played outfield minimum 1 game and had 200 hits in a season.
I'll tell you what, who I'm waiting for to fill that square out, played outfield minimum 1 game?
Matt Stairs.
Roy Oswalt. Remember that game he had to play left field?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but he didn't have 200 hits in a season.
But that's I'm waiting for that to just match up somehow. Astros.
Shit. I went Bryce Harper.
200 hits.
Never had 200 hits. I should have known that. Well, I'm behind the 8 ball. That plus 300 is looking real rough there for you, Gucci.
I think it just jumped to plus 650 maybe. Played outfield minimum 1 game. Bang. Ty Cobb, 4%. Career all-time batting average leader at 366, Ty Cobb. That should have been, we should have thought of that earlier.
Yeah, probably.
Man, I gotta.
Never mind, she sang.
I don't know what we're laughing at. He goes, "It ain't over till Lizzo sings." Never mind, she sang. No, she didn't sing yet. That top left square is gonna give me some trouble.
Oh, you know what? He fucking won it last year with 32 home runs. Gunner.
27, baby. 27 home runs.
Oh. Shit. Yeah, well, she done sung now. Ryan's got me beat. I gotta get something really rare on my last pick here.
There we go. Bang. Rogers Hornsby, 200 hits, 2000 career, 0.9%.
Okay. My knowledge of rookie of the years is
back to this comment. I'll take it. PayPal, Venmo, however you want to send it. Thank you.
Yeah. Your grid looks way better than mine right now. All right, 200 hits in a season, 30 home runs, 200 hits in a season, played outfield minimum 1 game. Mickey Mantle was not the answer.
Never had 200 hits.
Seriously, Mickey Mantle never had 200 hits in a season? I was so confident with that. I selected Mickey Mantle, yeah.
All right. I got one more guess here. Rookie of the year 2000. Only one team played outfield. Only one team. Oh. What?
Yeah, I mean, you still won.
Joe Jackson absolutely only played for one team. All right.
Names I could have used in the top right corner. Ty Cobb, which you used. Pete Rose, dumbass. Stan Musial. Kirby Puckett. Chuck Klein. Juan Pierre. Vlad Guerrero. Like, come on, Bill. Anyway, I'm not going to embarrass myself anymore by showing that. We're going to get out of that.
Let's I'm 1-0 on the BSing Sports series of Immaculate Grid. On live, that is, anyway.
Gucci, unfortunately, we do it by the overall score, not on the lowest rarity number. So Ryan, yet again, is victorious over me.
So Gucci must have missed the beginning. The lower rarity score is the winner. It's like golf.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. We already talked about it a little bit. Opening day was the other day. Obviously, we had a couple of games delayed, so their first game was yesterday rather than the day before. But let's just jump right into it, right? Let's talk a little bit about every opening series per se, because some of them have two games in already, but most of them, for the most part, has.
Is someone we want? Yep, sure is.
Oh yeah, Mike Trout.
Yep,
yeah, that checks out. Should have, could have, would have, but I did not.
Nope. Make sure you check in next weekend. We will obviously be doing that again. Like I said, 1-0.
That is correct. On the show, Ryan is 1-0. Somebody start keeping a scores tab. Maybe I'll be lucky and win one of these. So let's jump into it. Like I said, opening day, Brewers Mets yesterday after they were rain delayed on Thursday. The only thing I can tell you about this game is A, the Brewers won, and B, Rhys Hoskins. You could take the boy out of Philadelphia. You can't take Philadelphia out of the boy.
While the slide wasn't dirty, it was late. Could have been earlier. Late. It was in the baseline. I think it was a good hard play. It was nice that he did not get ejected for it. However, kind of weak in my opinion that he waited until he was halfway out of Queens to respond to Jeff McNeil. And in the same breath, Jeff McNeil was standing over him for a couple minutes before umpires and teammates came in between them. He probably could have done something about it too. So a lot of scared talking there, in my opinion.
I mean, and I said this to you yesterday. I said Rhys Hoskins is one of them farm boy strong guys. Like, I don't know if I'm Jeff McNeil. I'm picking a fight with Rhys Hoskins. I'm just throwing it out there.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Oh, by the way, I got us keeping track right here. 1-0, baby.
Of course. Okay. I will assist.
It's honestly for my own personal reasons, because I will forget.
There you go.
But yep. So yeah, I mean the slide. I'm wondering if there will be any retaliation today. This is not the first time that the Mets would be involved in a dirty slide retaliation, and we saw Noah Syndergaard get tossed immediately when that happened. So if Rhys Hoskins gets any kind of retaliation, I would expect benches to clear again. I expect something to come out of this.
I do too as well. Now I don't know if starting pitcher, whoever it is today for the Mets, is going to do it right off the bat.
So
because if you get ejected super early.
So the Hoskins first at bat, RBI single. Okay, just adding fuel to the fire there.
Well, there you go.
So the starter for the Mets today, Luis Severino, making his first start on the other side of New York. As you guys may know, he was a longtime Yankee. 54-37 in his career with an ERA just under 4. Terrible year last year with the Mets, though, or with the Yankees, excuse me. The ERA over 6. So he is starting out his Mets career. Obviously not very good. 2 RBI single for Rhys Hoskins.
So Gucci, I would agree with you. Gucci, for those of you who can't watch and you're just listening, says there's got to be some sort of handicap system in place when anyone goes against Ryan in sports knowledge. I would agree with you, except for the fact that I have beaten Ryan. If I was always perennially just losing to Ryan, I would agree with you, except I don't always lose. So that's not the case in this scenario. But yeah, let's move on. So we got the Tigers at 1-0. They win obviously on opening day against the White Sox, who are now 0-1. The White Sox, we just are in unanimous agreement that are an abysmal franchise at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're just like in constant rebuild. They're in this weird state of they don't ever really want to win. However, interesting stat about this game, or note rather, both starting pitchers Kenta Maeda and Mike Soroka, Phillies fans are very familiar with that name, making their first starts with brand new teams this year. Soroka obviously involved in the 3-team deal that sent Jared Kelenic to the Braves, and
Correct, yeah.
Kenta Maeda signed as a free agent in the offseason from a division rival, Minnesota Twins.
True story. Ryan and I were at a spring training game this year and got to see Kenta Maeda, and he looked pretty decent against the Phillies. But is what it is. 1-0 Tigers, White Sox 0-1. Moving on to the Angels, and Ryan, you can take this one away. Go ahead, do your thing with the whole Mike Trout situation.
Mike Trout hits the first home run on opening day 2 days ago.
Dad beat me on Immaculate Grid, dude. He got 343. It wasn't my day.
Like Taylor Swift says, shake it off, man. You had a bad day, taking one down, sing a sad song, just turn it around. There you go.
Wow, you really threw the lyrics there together. Very nice. Anyway, Angels, Orioles, let's do it.
So Mike Trout hit that bomb off of Corbin Burns, who was a brand new Oriole, looked very good in his first start as an O. And that was about it. That's all you can write about the Angels. And after that home run was hit, I have a timestamp on this tweet. I said, in the most Angels fashion possible, they will lose this game 7-1. I gave them way too much credit. They lost the game 11-3. No other Angels starter had a base hit. It was bad.
It was bad. Let's see. Then Taylor Swift mentioned. Are we doing over-unders on that for every show from now on?
You thought we were going away from that just because football season was over?
The game that disappointed us the most yesterday, the Braves beat the Phillies 9-3. One of the biggest issues the Phillies were concerned about walking into the season, the bullpen did exactly what we were scared the bullpen was going to do yesterday. Zach Wheeler pitches 6 scoreless innings, and then abruptly the Phillies give up the 2-0 lead that they had and never reclaim it.
Now, you can sit there and say that the Phillies offense should have scored more than 2 runs at that point in time. Obviously, they had that garbage time 3rd run in the 9th inning, but 2 runs has to be enough to beat a guy like Spencer Strider. That's at some point that's got to be enough. And I'm sure throughout the season, obviously it's a long year, that will level out. That being said, yesterday was disappointing. It was a disappointing start for the Phillies bullpen, and especially the guys that they used and it melted down. Right, we came out there with our big guns: Jeff Hoffman, Jose Alvarado, and they got
Matt Strom. And
guys
they got
we're going to
beat.
rely on.
Correct, yeah. So unfortunate, but Braves are 1-0, Phillies are 0-1. It's a long season, 162 games. So as sitting here, I got the Harper over here, I got the Phillies on, Ryan's got the Phillies on. Like you guys can.
Yeah, I'm not even concerned about the Phillies long term. Right, they're going to be what they're going to be. They'll be the second best team in the division, I'm sure. But yesterday's loss was disappointing. Should have been a win. 2-0 with the way Zach Wheeler pitched has to be enough to beat other starting pitchers.
1,000%. Yes, I agree. So today they have Max Fried facing off against Aaron Nola of the Phillies. And, hopefully they even the series out 1-1. It doesn't matter what they do in the regular season. The Phillies are going to beat them in the playoffs anyway.
Nola historically has eaten the Braves lunch. So let's it should be good. And Max Fried has had his fair share of struggles against the Philadelphia Phillies.
That is true. That is true.
If you remember, what was it, opening day a couple years ago, I believe it was, or opening weekend, he gave up 8 runs without getting out of the first.
Yeah, that's true. Timmy Brandt comments and says, over under on me about to open a beer. We're going to say minus. What are the odds?
Undering how many beers you're opening, how many beers you carry.
I think it's just about, I think it's supposed to just be over under on him about to be doing it.
Odds I think, on him opening a beer are probably minus 10,000.
Yeah, I would say minus 10,000 is also very good number. Yeah. Oh yeah. Gucci chimes in with minus 100,000, or is that $1 million? That's $1 million. That's a lot of zeros there.
Looks like 10 million. Whatever. It's a lot of zeros.
Of zeros. Yeah.
Yep.
Moving on. The biggest thing I have about the Guardians being at 2-0 and the A's being at 0-2 is on opening day. Opening day baseball in Oakland had 1,246 people attend.
I think wasn't it 7,000?
No, it was
7,000.
Was it? We're gonna have to Google it because I read 1,000 and I read like 1,200, so I'm gonna have to Google that real fast.
Here's what I got out of this series on opening weekend. One, the A's need to get out of Oakland. Look, I understand what the fans have been through, but from an outside looking in perspective, it's not going to change if they stay in Oakland. It's not. There's, they just need to get out of Oakland, get something different. And criminal ownership has been a part of baseball for years, and I talk about it all the time. I'm always going to reference the movie 8 Men Out if you want to take a gander at how ownership has been in the MLB since its inception. For the longest time, we're talking the sport has been over 100 years old at this point. Baseball didn't even have free agency until the 70s.
That's
like
true,
players weren't allowed to go choose and sign with other teams until 1970s. And again, the sport had been 100 years old at that point already. So baseball, I feel bad for the A's fans. I really do. But the ownership in Oakland is it's so incredibly bad. That's the real issue. But unfortunately, you're not going to get an owner to sell his team. So they just got to get out of Oakland. That's the unfortunate situation. And that's my take on it, is the real problem's the ownership, not going to correct itself.
Yeah, it's just like the Raiders. The Raiders had to get out. Now the Athletics are getting out.
And it is worth noting Shane Bieber's 6 shutout on opening day looked very, very good.
He did for the Guardians, that is. Now, having said that, I was wrong. There was another 0 that I should have added. It was not 12 or 1,300. It was 13,000 people attended opening day. So I was wrong yet again. Ryan's right.
Tyler, thank you for tuning in. John Fisher is more of an issue than the fans of Oakland and or the city. Yep, I would agree. It's a management issue. It's an ownership issue. But unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get an owner change in baseball. It just doesn't happen. So
correct. Moving on. Nationals are 0-1. Reds are 1-0. Reds had 44,000 in attendance for their opening day. Nationals are in a rebuild, so no surprise here that the Reds came out victorious.
That's the Reds money line. Don't care what it is. Patrick Corbin starting for the National. He's awful. Career ERA higher than 5 since he signed that contract. So take the Reds money line. It's your easiest bet. Bet you Patrick Corbin gets beat up before 5 innings.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. Moving on. Jays and Rays have split the series so far. Last night's Rays uniforms, the old school Devil Rays uniforms, love them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they played well in them too. First grand slam of the season, I believe, from Brandon Lau, second baseman, who has the second or third most grand slams of active players in baseball right now. So interesting little stat there. But the Rays are going to continue to find ways to win baseball games.
They've been doing it for years. Yeah, they let good big name guys go, and all of a sudden they replace them. We were talking about this the other day at the bar with Charlie. They let Brandon Snell go, and then Tyler Glasnow shows up. I'm sorry, Blake Snell go, and then all of a sudden Tyler Glasnow shows up. They just find ways to do it. Their farm system, outside of the one guy, has been really good. Actually, the one guy was really good.
Wander Franco was still really good. He's just going to end up in jail for the rest of his life, but
yeah. But in any case, we'll move on from that. Twins are 1-0 against the Royals. Again, Royals, another one of those teams that are kind of sort of stagnant, sort of like the Athletics, don't really know what they want to do with their franchise. They're riding out the rest of Salvi's contract, and that's pretty much what the Royals are. So Twins 1-0, Royals 0-1. Pirates are 2-0 against the Marlins. Marlins are the home team in this series. Yes. Yep. The Marlins were one of those teams last year that were really a surprise, kind of sort of lucky to make the playoffs. And we said it on our NL East show. Both of us agreed that we don't think the Marlins are that team.
And Jared Jones making his MLB debut for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the starting pitcher, 22 years old, going into his third season, I believe. So young guy making his debut, just something to keep an eye on.
Yep. Again, rattling them off real quick. Cubbies are 0-1 against the Rangers. Rangers, obviously, World Series defending champions. Let's not act like the Rangers don't have a really nice roster, because they do. They got a little bit weaker at pitching with the loss of Jordan Montgomery, but outside of that, that's a good team there.
Yeah, they're going to rake. That lineup's disgusting. They'll rake.
Giants are 1-1. Padres are 2-2. Obviously, the Padres and the Dodgers had that series in Korea, so their records are different than every other team in the league.
Nobody in history watched.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I understand what you're trying to do, national, or I'm sorry, like world, international views. Like, I totally understand what you're doing, but you kind of sort of forgot that most of your views are here in the U.S. Like, come on. But in any case, yeah, Giants 1-1, Padres 2-2. Yankees are 2-0 against the Astros. I did not see that coming. I'll be 100%
Those
honest
have
with
been
you.
two interesting games. Astros have blown leads in both of those so far. So
Correct, yeah. Their bullpen's looking just like the Phillies right now. I mean, the Phillies have only played one game, but here we are.
Yeah, and the Yankees really opened it up on them yesterday. I know Christian Javier had a fantastic start, and then the Yankees put up a 7 spot and really put an exclamation point on that game.
Yeah, exactly. Then you move on to the Rockies, who, again, one of those franchises that just can't seem to put it together, are 0-2 against the Diamondbacks, who, again, defending NL pennant winners. Corbin Carroll, last night, Lourdes Gurriel hit another home run. So,
that when Chris Bryant signed with the Rockies years ago, there was such a confusing move because they gave away Arenado right around the same time. So poverty franchise does poverty franchise things. What a surprise!
Yeah, absolutely. Cardinals 0-2, Dodgers 3-1. Again, Dodgers were same thing as the Padres in that weird Korea series. Dodgers still looking really good. We watched some of that game yesterday at the bar. Dodgers just are going to be the Dodgers. They spent all this money. I mean, for the next 50 years, they're paying Shohei Ohtani, but they spent all this money. They're going to continue to be good. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then
the Cardinals starting pitching is going to be question marks all year until, they maybe make a move for Blake Snell or somebody else. It's going to be a question mark all year. And the Dodgers are the Dodgers. They're going to roll. And for what it's worth, I watched Bobby Miller pitch yesterday. That dude threw one of the most wicked, anti-gravity changeups I've ever seen. So they just breed talent. I don't understand. They got Mookie Betts playing shortstop. They're just doing little league stuff now.
Yeah. Oh, you're our best player. You're going to play whatever position we want you to play.
Yeah, okay. You've been an outfielder for the last 10 years. Go play shortstop.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did with Mookie. Last year, they were like, you know what? Do you think you can play second base? Oh, you can? Okay, now we're going to move you to short.
Now, in his defense, he did come up in the minor league system as a middle infielder, and the Red Sox moved him to the outfield. But generally, that's how it goes. The further in your career you get, you kind of move out or you move to the corners. You don't come from the outfield into the middle infield. You got to be an insane athlete to do that.
No, I'm with you. And then the last one on our docket here is
a nice comment. Shohei Ohtani is taking LA Dodgers money line every time he plays. I hope he stops doing that in the playoffs, given their history.
Yeah, true story. Last game on the market, Red Sox and Mariners have split their series so far. Series finale here today. And Mariners are a team that are expecting to make the playoffs. Red Sox are kind of sort of in the middle of a weird rebuild. They're kind of rebuilding. They're kind of not rebuilding. And split series so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Red Sox have some nice young talent. Tristan Casas should be a good piece there at first base. But with Rafael Devers being out, how long he is out for will determine where the Red Sox finish in this division. You and I predicted, obviously, that they will not do particularly well. And I still stand by that, however. 1-1's a good start. Potential to tie the series here on the road. Can't complain about that.
Timmy's comment is, I haven't seen anything from the other Japan guy. He's talking about
Yamamoto.
Thank you.
So
he got lit up.
He starts today, actually. And yes, he got absolutely lit up in the Korea series. His ERA currently sits at 45. Not 4.5, 45.
It's a great ERA to have.
A very high ERA to have.
But listen, that's going to do it for us here on our Saturday afternoon show. I think we're going to do a Saturday afternoon shows a little bit more often, coming here weekly. Like I said, we love the Immaculate Grid. We'll do a weekly situation with the teams and and the current series that they're in, and we'll talk about that very briefly. Ryan gets the win. He's 1-0 on our Immaculate Grid shows. I am 0-1, as you can see beneath our names. But yes, thank you so much for joining us here on BSing Sports, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. Have a great day.
I didn't get to call the Bill pen.
You didn't, but I already did it.
Game shutout on me? Terrible.
I just